Well, good morning. It's good to see everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's always nice, fun to get together, enjoy each other, enjoy God. I'm excited to do that this morning. Eli's prep for the Lord's Supper was absolutely fantastic. I just go ahead and begin to cast my vote for the next preacher of this congregation. Just keep doing that great work, Eli, and I'll find a nice someplace else to go. Really good, fantastic. Enjoyed that very much. Our text is John 9. John 1, that was read for us by Harrison, sets up this particular chapter. John records that the Feast of Booths, or Tabernacles, took place beginning in chapter 7, and Jesus went up to that feast midway. And through chapter 10, Jesus is in Jerusalem at that feast. This 8-day feast set Jesus up for some boldness that we have not seen as much in the previous chapters. But now we see John presenting Jesus as so bold that during this 8-day feast, he was almost arrested and threatened to be murdered twice. And the reason for that was he boldly said that he had come from the Father, that before Abraham was, that he is the I am of the burning bush passage in Exodus chapter 3, and that he is one with the Father. Just imagine hearing those words. And as you hear them, you cannot help but think that Jesus to this day, through those words, is confronting us boldly about who he is and therefore what is expected of us. Those words, those claims that he gives challenges us right directly with every ounce of Jesus' strength. He's challenging us to come to reality, to open our eyes and see the light of what is really going on in the world in which we live. And it not only challenges us to believe, but it challenges our commitment to believe and our commitment in our belief. It challenges us to live the faith that he's asked us to live, not just to say, I believe. Jesus' stay in Jerusalem was highlighted by his words in chapter 8 and verse 12, when he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Jesus claims to be the light. And when doing so, he tells every person in this world that they are in darkness, and that every person in this world is living a life of a blind man. An amazing indictment, an amazing wake-up call. The world is blind, and so have we been. And so we may very well be still. After nearly being stoned in the temple, Jesus escaped out a back way and with his disciples was walking down the way, and they came to a blind beggar. And as they came to this blind man, and I hope you see him. Do you see him? Hope you see him on the side of the road here somehow. We're told later he was called a beggar. And there this man is, something that the world at that time basically discarded, allowed him to find his own way, to just stand the best he could on what would be given to him because he had no ability to make any money any other way. The disciples, in following the theology of the Jews, immediately began a theological discussion with Jesus. Hey, who sinned, this man or his parents, so that he was born blind? I mean, obviously it wasn't an accident. God did something to this guy to make him born blind because of either his sins of his parents or his own sin. And Jesus immediately corrected them. And he said, no, it is neither the sin of his parents or his sin that he is blind, but he is blind that the works of God may be displayed in him. And immediately, Jesus makes two great proclamations. He says, first, we must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. We've got a short period of time, disciples, to get something done here. Secondly, as long as I am in this world, I am the light of the world. What an amazing statement. As long as I am in this world, I'm the light of the world. Thus, when he left, who's the light of the world? It is the obvious question. Fortunately, we read Jesus in Matthew 5 saying, you are the light of the world. We carry on exactly what he says here. Jesus has set it up. Now it's time for him to go to work. Without a word to the blind man, Jesus kneels down on the ground, spits in the dirt, and makes mud out of the dirt. Stands up and anoints his eyes with the mud. Can you see him doing it? Anointing his eyes with this mud and putting it all over him. The man says nothing. Jesus says nothing. He just puts the mud on. He gets it caked on real nicely. And then he turns to him and he says, go and wash in the pool of Siloam. Man has no questions. He just turns and goes. And he washes in the pool of Siloam. John tells us, which is translated sent. That's odd, John. Why would you tell us that? Because Jesus was sent. And now Jesus sends the man to the pool. And after the pool, Jesus sends the man. Because when you see the light, you take it to the world. And the blind man, as he comes back seeing, the first people who he's confronted with are his neighbors. And they see him and they see a resemblance to him. You can just imagine. He's not stumbling anymore. The eyes are not glaring all over the place and blank. Suddenly they're looking at him going, it looks like him, but it just can't be him. It looks like him. And the man says, I'm the one, I'm the one, I'm the one. He keeps repeating it. And they go, well, who made you? Who made you see? How did that happen? And Jesus says, the blind man says, well, really, honestly, I don't know a whole lot about it. There was this man named Jesus. He anointed my eyes with mud, and he told me to wash in the pool, and I went and washed in the pool, and now I can see. That's just about all I know. That's the story. What an amazing story. It's just simple, straightforward, beyond understanding. Now, the neighbors are kind people. It just so happens that it's the Sabbath day. Oh my. A man did what? He made some mud with his spit. Come with us. To the Pharisees we go. No party. No praise God. No, we're so happy for you. None of those things. What is the matter with these people? They have been so brainwashed by the Pharisees, they can't even reason. Bring him to the Pharisees. How in the world could this man see if it weren't for God? Can you see that? And so to the Pharisees they go. And the Pharisees look at him. They can't reason either. And they look at the blind man and said, who did this? And he explains the same thing to them, this man named Jesus. And now the whole scene turns to Jesus himself and the reaction of the Pharisees to a clear miracle that you cannot deny, that everyone has witnessed and seen and testified. Yes, this is the blind man. But even confronted with it, it comes to a cultural shock to us. You see, these Pharisees have turned into what we would call today in Nazi Germany the Gestapo. Everybody's afraid of them. We started that back in chapter 7. They wouldn't say a word about him unless for fear of the Jews. Everyone was afraid. Even so much so that the townspeople are telling on each other. Isn't that something? Life in the Jewish world had become dark. There's no joy. There's no joy in serving God. What a tragedy. What an unbelievable tragedy. So when he says he put mud on my eyes and washed and I see, the Pharisees immediately go, got that. All right, there's your judgment. The guy sinned. He's a sinner. He couldn't have done it. You're wrong. You just imagine being this guy. And you're going, I think I'm still seeing. Something's not jiving here. Now the judgment has been made by the Pharisees, and they turn to the blind man. Now they're going to put him on the hot seat. All right, we've judged Jesus. Boom, he's a sinner. Throw him out. Now they're going to put the blind man on there. What do you say about him? What do you say about him? Can you just see that question? All right, how about you? What do you say about you? You going to agree with us or not? Huh? Is that what you're going to do? Oh, blind man, watch out what you say. Watch out. Gestapo's on you. They'll throw you out of the synagogue. You get thrown out of the synagogue, you don't eat. You don't have anything. You better not. You better watch it. What do you say about him? Oh, no. Not this man. He looked them square in the eye and he says, I'll tell you what I think he is. I think he's a prophet. Oh, I can just see him thinking of Elijah and Elisha and all those stories that we've read in the Old Testament. He goes, this is Elijah and Elisha like. That's all this is. They raised guys from the dead, but he's raised me. He's given me light. Oh, well, the Pharisees go, no. Something's wrong here. Something's missed. This guy couldn't have been blind. We got to figure this out. So now call his parents. Oh boy. If you were the parents, would you not be nervous? Uh-oh. We're being called by the Gestapo. We're being called into them. And so they come. It's just rapid fire. You can see them like prosecutors. Is this your son? Was he born blind? How does he now see? Come on. We want to know. Parents go, well, he's our son. He was born blind. How he sees, we don't know. Oh, they knew. We don't know. They're not going to say because they don't want to be kicked out of the synagogue. They very adeptly escaped being thrown out. So the Pharisees are thinking, that didn't work. Let's get to the bottom line. Let's get back to this guy. We got to call this guy again. We got to talk to him. And they say to him, all right, here's your way out of this predicament. We're about to throw you out, implied. And here's your way out. Just give glory to God and say that this man is a sinner because he made mud. That's it. We're going to let you loose. Aren't we kind and merciful to you? Just give God the glory and everything will be good. Oh, the blind man didn't buy in it. Oh, You got to love this guy. You got to just love this guy. He is not going to cave to these lying hypocrites. There was something too great that happened. It's too wonderful what happened to him. Too amazing. He stands back and he says, well, I don't know about him being a sinner, but I'm seeing. And I was blind. Oh, that answer didn't fit. Wrong answer, Pharisee said. Wrong answer. What did he do to you? Tell us again. Oh, this is where it gets funny. The man says, well, I already told you. If you want me to tell you again, I guess you want to be one of his disciples. And they say, that's not happening. We're Moses' disciples. We don't know where this guy came from. Would you like to hear it again? They said. He says to them. Oh man, that sent their heads spinning. Now the blind men. He says, wow, this is an amazing thing. You don't know where he comes from, and yet he opened my eyes. We know that God doesn't hear sinners. Hello? I think we're all in agreement with that. And yet, he opened my eyes. It's obvious. This man you call Jesus is not a sinner. And since the world began, it has never been heard of that anyone would be born blind and then be able to see. This is so unique. This is so wonderful. Oh, how brilliant you spiritual leaders are. You can just see the irony thick in the blind man's words. Well, what does a hypocritical leader do when they've been caught, when they cannot answer the question, when it is obvious that a miracle has been done and that Jesus did the miracle and that this man is simply telling the truth? What do you do about that? Well, that's easy. You just discard him. You just throw him out and don't even answer the argument. That's what you do. And that's exactly what they do. They just say, you're born utterly in sin. Get out. Oh, that solved it. All you did was prove Jesus all the more. Now, Jesus wasn't present during all of this. But when he heard that the man had been cast out, Jesus, and I want you to hear the words carefully, Jesus searched for him and found him. That's so special. That's so special. Jesus searched for him and found him. And when he found him, he said, do you believe in the Son of Man? What a simple question. I don't think we grasp it. I don't think we get the full impact of it. Do you believe in the Son of Man? Not do you believe in the Son of God? Do you believe in the Son of Man? Maybe that's the question we should ask more before baptism. Do you believe in the Son of Man? The former blind man said, Who is he, sir, that I may believe? And Jesus said, you have seen him. You have seen him, and it is he who is speaking to you. And the man said, Lord, I believe. I want to see that. Those are beautiful words. And then Jesus concluded with a one-sentence sermon. This is the sermon of chapter 9. For judgment I came into this world, that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind. I'm persuaded that probably everybody here believes that Jesus came into the world and gave his life and raised from the dead. But did we understand this? He came into this world that those who do not see may see, and that those who see may become blind. Every person in this world is one condition or another. They're either blind and need to see, or they see and they need to become blind. How does this challenge us? What is the purpose here? First, the parents represent a unique class of believers that's spoken of time and again in the Gospel of John. These are believers who say they believe, who understand that Jesus is the Son of God, who recognize it, but as is said many times in many places, will not make the full commitment. Repeatedly, Gospel John. Purpose of Gospel John. Get us not only to believe, but make the full commitment. Because those who have not are still blind. Secondly, everything about that was for fear of the Jews. Fear. Fear kept the parents from speaking up. The man couldn't care less because of what amazing thing God had done. If there's anything that should destroy fear, whether it be fear of others or fear that if I become a Christian and give full commitment, I will give up things that I don't want to give up. Fear cannot stop us from opening our eyes to see this is the reality. How many times have you and I thought in our minds, surely there's a third choice in this? Not just utter commitment or nothing. There's got to be some choice, right in the middle where we're believers. No, there isn't. This is the reality. Open your eyes. There isn't one thing that is going on right now that does not have to do with what this eternity is soon to happen, is going to be for every one of us. Not one thing, it makes any difference whatsoever. You just think that when somebody says words over you, when you're laying in that tomb, or when you're laying in that casket, or whatever it is, whatever memorial it is, that when they're saying words about here, do you care about anything other than did you give full commitment to God? There isn't one other thing you're going to care about. And that's reality. I don't like reality. I don't think any human of us, we don't like reality. I was shocked a year ago to read a story of the Holocaust. To know person after person figured it out and went to warn their own parents, please come with me, let's escape. And they would not believe it. There's a documentary on Netflix a couple years ago in which those who did survive said we couldn't believe it. And we went to the camp. Now, we don't like that reality any more than we often don't like the reality that I can't be my own God and do what I want to do. Open your eyes. That's the beauty. The blind man represents who we ought to be. No fear, because we trust in him. So do you believe in the Son of Man? You say, what does that mean? What do you believe in the Son of Man? What does that mean? Jesus over and again calls himself the Son of Man. What do you mean by that, Lord? It's a simple answer. Daniel 7, verse 13 and 14. I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven there came one like a son of man. And he came to the Ancient of Days, Jesus ascending into the heavenly realm. and was presented before him, and to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom one shall not be destroyed. That is the reference time and again by Jesus. I'm the Son of Man. I'm about to go and be installed as king of my kingdom, and I will have dominion and power forever and ever. You can escape Jesus now, but there will be no escape. That's the final. That's the reality. That's what he means by saying, I came to give you sight, to open your eyes, so that you are not stumbling around in this world blind to the reality that is about to take place. That is an absolute shocking 2x4 across the head that ought to wake us up. Are we also blind? That's what a few Pharisees said as they were standing by. Are we also blind? Oh, if you could only have not asked that question, maybe you would have seen. And Jesus says, you still think you see, and so you're still blind. You know, we're blind. If I cannot say with the Apostle Paul, it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. We're blind if we cannot love one another and still say we're disciples. And when we lack desire for God and for worship of God, we think we see, but we're still blind. It is such an indicting text that Jesus has given us. In verse 39, Jesus pronounces judgment on the world. The reason I came, he said, is for judgment, that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind. One last chance. That's what the message is. I came to give you light. That's it. Either accept the light and see the reality, or remain blind. That's Jesus' question. What an amazing statement. We're going to sing a song right now. I hope there's someone here we can help. Whether it be a greater commitment or an initial step into the light by repenting and being baptized, pleading with the Lord to wash you clean because your eyes are opened. It's time. That's the reality. Don't be blind. Let's stand and sing.